I'm gonna try to zoom into this, because this, I think, is one of those drones. It's been just sort of circling, unlike any kind of plane or helicopter here in Las Vegas. I can't zoom in any more than this, I'm sorry, it's so wobbly. But it is literally flashing. But it's going in patterns that planes never go here. It's gonna go behind this tree. So I'm gonna have to catch it on the other side. There it is, through the tree. I mean, this has literally been going like across the skies. So, what the heck is this? And it's not like trying to hide. I'm sure I say this is a new top secret government drone program that they're going to activate very soon to enforce their laws on the public. And this is what they're replacing all the defunded human police with. I mean, I can see why some people say, no, that's a plane. That's not a plane. I know what planes look like. They fly over my house all the time. I'm like right in the path of the airport runway, like takeoff and landing patterns. And that's not a helicopter either. I know what the police helicopters and all the helicopters look like out here. I'm gonna try to get over here again. It's just slowly cruising. And it was doing some weird stuff over there. Hold on, I'm gonna zoom out so it's not so shaky. And I'll try to... There it goes, it's gonna go behind this house. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to catch it anymore. But I think that is part of a... There might be more. I saw more doing other things in other areas, like farther to this side. I think that's 2 more down there. Those I think are planes coming in. I mean, they look really similar. No, those might not be planes. Those are more of those down there. I saw them earlier down that way, and they caught my attention. And then they disappeared, and then I saw the one over here, and that's the same thing, because the planes don't do that over there. Nope, they do not do that. My dad works at the airport too, so I know they don't do this. I mean, and they fly over our house all the time, and so I know the air patterns around here. They are literally patrolling. I think they are turning on this new police system, and they're testing it out very quickly right now, because I think they believe there's going to be huge civil unrest and a lot of horrible things happen here because of this election, and I think they're going to do anything in their power not to let Donald Trump get back in that office. And these are some of the devices they're going to use against us. I've researched these things a lot, and I know a lot of people that have some really weird connections over in Hollywood where I used to work. So, I mean, there's some crazy stuff going on with these drones. I mean, they have sensors on them. First, they're connected to the internet, and they're artificially powered by AI. So they basically control themselves. And they can, so they want them to find you. I'm trying to find some more in the sky. Because they'll be back. They keep crossing over and doing weird grid patterns. But if they want to find you, they just tell the computer to seek you out. And it uses AI to scan the internet real quick and find your most probable locations. Then they have mothership drones that can actually go very fast, extremely high altitudes, and for thousands of miles. And these things can just show up very quickly where they think you are, and it can dispatch hundreds of smaller drones, depending on what they're using. They have smaller ones that they plan on using against the public, but they're all connected to the internet, so they can literally find you with their facial recognition cameras. And after they've tracked you down with GPS or whatever, and then they can use license plate readers to see where you are, if that's your car, and then follow your car. They have audio, like laser microphones, so they can hear like physical conversations and make out what people are saying. And from what I've heard from quite a few people is they have technology to shut off your phones, shut off your electronics. They can stall most later model cars, and the newer electric cars, they can disable completely and shut them down, like the new Teslas and stuff. And they've been working on all of this stuff secretly in the background, and they're getting ready to activate this because I think they are going to do something very horrible. I mean, we have World War III raging all over the planet, and this is not just our country either. This is like all the NATO Western countries, the NATO countries. This is happening over all of them. So don't be fooled. This is not just America. This is like these New World Order people who want a one world government and a one world leader and a one world police force. And I'm trying to explain to you that those drones are a part of this one world police force. They have military ones that are way more advanced than even what I've told you guys, with extremely top secret sensors and weapons, devices. I claim that some of them have particle beam weapons. They have sonic weapons. The police ones have sonic weapons, ultrasonic weapons, and like strobe light weapons that can literally disable you, make you fall to the ground, lose bodily controls. You'll be vomiting. Look, they're crossing over there, way down there again. Those are the same too. They just crossed. I'm telling you, these are drones way down there. That's down by the Strip. So they have that's down by the Las Vegas Strip down there. So those are drones patrolling over the Strip, crossing back and forth. We've seen these a lot more in Las Vegas than you guys have across the rest of the planet, because we live right next to Area 51 and DARPA, where they do a lot of these advanced weapon systems, and they test so many of these things here in Las Vegas before anywhere else. It's all top secret. They don't even tell the public. No one has a clue. They'll just put up new equipment because they're working above city government levels, and they can just pretty much get away with a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And they test a lot of their weapons to control people here in this city, and they police it like crazy because of there's massive amounts of money here. Massive. You wouldn't believe it, what's really in these casinos. So they have the most state-of-the-art surveillance systems, and a lot of that's being tested, like it's given to them from DARPA to test it, and so they could perfect it, so they can use a lot of it on the rest of the population. So that's why there's so much here. I mean, these things are not, I mean, I haven't seen this one over here come back, but I just showed you those other two crossed over there again. And I bet you if I stood out here for another few minutes, they'll come and cross again. But I don't know how long any of you are going to watch this. But I mean, I've explained what these things are pretty much. I've made other videos saying this stuff, and I posted it all over, man, and they tore that stuff down so fast. I don't believe they're going to leave this up, because I'm not only showing the drones, I'm explaining what they are. I mean, these can be used for some real bad things, man. They can seek, hunt, and destroy. I mean, if they want people eliminated, I claim they have such sophisticated drones that they have been, and listen, they changed, I told you, they defunded the police. Why would they defund the police? There's no way in hell they're ever going to let everybody just run wild with nothing going on here. I mean, they want to control everything. The problem is they can't control the police, but they can control the robots, they think. So they tricked everybody into defunding the police. And secretly, they have been working on these kinds of, there's more systems than this. There's monitoring systems all over that are secret. I mean, they have a lot of ways to eavesdrop on everybody. I mean, your phones and everything, that is so monitored, it's not even funny. I mean, I'm not even talking about the most obvious stuff here. But these people, they needed to replace the defunded police with something. And what do you think it is? I mean, they've been showing us these exact kind of drone police robots in futuristic movies for 20 years. I mean, they've been preparing people to see them. And people are now starting to see them. Why do you think they won't let you shoot them down? And why the president here says, oh no, the president here, and they have literally said, these aren't drones, they're planes. You guys are all hallucinating. We see no threat whatsoever. And that's because they're theirs. And they're turning them on to make sure they have all the kinks worked out because of what they plan on doing. I say they are going to at least claim that the election was fraudulent and stolen and invalid. If they just don't flat out say Donald Trump is a traitor and a threat to democracy and start using presidential powers to do some very bad things to these people. And I'm not just talking about Donald, I'm talking about everybody around him. I mean, if you really understand this drone technology, they can use the much more advanced ones and send them out after people and use them as almost invisible, silent exterminators. I'm trying to be careful what I say. So I think there's some really horrible stuff coming, and they're testing this stuff and they're getting ready to turn it on in full force so they can detain, restrain, and hold us. I mean, imagine this thing chasing you down the street after it tracked you down. The thing is powered by AI. It's learned every single thing about you from the internet that it possibly can. It's watched all your videos. It's listened to you. It's analyzed every movement that you make, when you make it, and how you make it when you're thinking. Like if you have a video running down the trail or something, it knows exactly what you're capable of, everything. And if you have a video of you like fighting somebody, I mean, you just gave it total great information. It knows exactly how every muscle in your body is going to twitch, and it's going to know what you're going to do before you're going to do it almost. So imagine this kind of machine with particle beam weapons on it that can evade people shooting at it, and it can see you in the dark, it can hear you, it can actually almost predict where you're going to be and how you're going to move, and now it's been sent to seek and destroy. I mean, this is really horrific. They've changed the laws over the last 4 years to allow this exact thing to happen. They've changed laws in artificial technology. They've changed laws saying that it's legal for drones and police robots and machine robots to kill people, and while policing and enforcing laws. They've done a whole bunch of horrible things, and I'm telling you, man, we're seeing the first signs of them turning it all on, and it's because what's going to happen. I mean, you guys, if you believe any of this and think this sounds right, please, man, share it with everybody. I don't even care if you share the video. Just write down what I said and say it yourself and put it on your video. Maybe that'll work. I give you total permission to do that, because when I post these things, they are taken down immediately. But I mean, I'm a government kind of whistleblower here. I've worked in Hollywood for decades. I've sat down with the most powerful people you could ever imagine, eating dinner with them nightly, day, lunch, breakfast. I mean, I spent time in actors' trailers playing PlayStation with them. I mean, I've had some really weird connections. So I've been outing the government on a lot of crazy things over the last few years, and I know a lot about this kind of technology and what's been going on in the background, man. So, I mean, I can't say it anymore. You totally have my permission to literally get a transcript of this, write it down, and say some kind of version of yourself and take total credit for figuring out what these drones are. I don't care. I just want to share the word to the public, man. I believe we all are equal. We have the right to live here in peace and get along with each other, and we are free to express ourselves and be ourselves as long as we're not being jerks to anybody, man. And these people don't want this. They want us basically like their little minions to do as they say. And if we get out of line, I believe we're seeing the technology right now coming alive that's going to keep us in line. That's what they're planning. After they might have a real bad... I think they're planning something extremely horrible in the next few weeks. And we're seeing signs of them preparing for it. And they're trying to explain away these drones because they know exactly who they belong to. And this is happening all over the world. I mean, there's upheavals all over the world. Countries are taking over and overturning their government, and the presidents are fleeing to Russia, and there's bombs going off all over the Middle East, and everybody who claims to be part of NATO and the New World Order have been trying to figure out how to control us, and I'm telling you, we're seeing it all over the world. So if you're in another country, please share this. Translate it to another English and share it to everybody in China, because China has these exact same things, and according to our government, they're 10 years ahead of us, and they're admitting it. So, I mean, imagine what they have. But, I mean, China has the same exact things. I think that's why my stuff was taken down on TikTok so much, because I literally told the people in China that they have this in China. And I tagged it that way in the video, so I think that's why that one got yanked down so fast. So, I'm telling on everybody. They're all planning to use these exact things on us. I actually say they've been using them already in top secret, like super black ops missions against certain individuals. And it's highly, highly top secret. And that's why certain people have gotten certain illnesses and died and weird things, because I claim these things can cause you to have a heart attack with some of the weapons they have on them. Some of the more advanced assassin versions of these drones are able to shoot pellets at like almost hypersonic speeds through the air into somebody and poisoning them in ways that doctors don't know what the hell happened to them. I mean, and these are the way more advanced ones. But they can easily adapt these other drones to have those same features, or they already do. So, I mean, I'm just trying to help everybody here. And I got too busy talking and not looking, so I'm sorry. If you're still there listening, man, please share. See, that's a plane down there, and that thing's going way faster. All right, guys. Merry Christmas to you all. Happy holidays, no matter what you celebrate. And if you celebrate nothing, I still wish you a great time too. And peace. Stay peaceful. Don't let people make us fight and pit each other against each other. And remember, your neighbor is your friend, not your enemy. Okay, guys. Later.